We have Facebook now has decided that they're going to kowtow to the Pakistani government. They're going to block what is considered to be blasphemous content. Here's what Sharia law looks like, folks. 85% of anti-Muslim posts have already been removed. And they say that this is just the first Islamic country that's going to make the demand. They're working, Pakistan is, with 27 other Muslim countries to make similar demands. And they have arrested and they're prosecuting people for posting this blasphemous content that Facebook is being a snitch to. As one of the individuals talking about it, David Wood of AnsweringIslam.org says he thinks the next step by Facebook management will be turn over the identities of those who are charged with blasphemy offenses in Pakistan. So they're going to rat people out, and they're going to censor it for Sharia law. And what do they do to people that have blasphemous content? That's a death penalty. I mean, we're talking as serious as it gets here, folks. And so here you have the Democrats who say, you know, I can never support the death penalty under any circumstances. And I agree with them. In principle, I support the death penalty, but I don't think we have an honest enough judicial system to apply it. But they say we're going to oppose the death penalty, we're going to oppose foreign law, and yet they do it because they don't want to oppose Sharia law, where people in Pakistan are going to get the death penalty because they're ratted out by Facebook. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Going back to what we were talking about in terms of Sharia law and the Democrats pushing back against it in Montana, there have been a number of states where they have expressly said we're not going to be put under a foreign system of law. We've worked hard to establish this system of law. It is not anything that we need to apologize for. As a matter of fact, it's far better than any other system. It's not perfect. No system of law, no constitution is perfect, but we need to get back to our constitution, not continue to turn to foreign law. And as we're talking about with Facebook, they are blocking blasphemous content in Pakistan. This is what Sharia law looks like, folks. Censorship, death penalty for people who don't push their religion. We do not want that here in America. They've actually got a team. Sounds kind of like what the Democrats want to do with the FCC, doesn't it? They got 25 members who are working to search out content that they don't like, in this case, blasphemous content. And Facebook is going to work with them to shut this down and possibly to rat these people out. And remember, this is something that carries a death penalty in Pakistan. They said they're going to work. Now, this is the first Islamic country to get Facebook to play along, but they're working with 27 other Muslim countries to they're making similar demands. So I guess we can call it now Sharia book. Meanwhile, we got Erdogan talking about how Turks in Europe should defy the grandchildren of Nazism. You see, when you want dictatorial powers, the way you get them is to call other people Nazis, call other people Hitler. The amazing thing about this, the irony of this, is that Erdogan was sending foreign ministers into all these European countries, and that's what created the friction, because they said, look, we don't want to have you campaigning. We don't want massive groups of people meeting here that are going to get worked up and start fighting with each other over politics within Turkey. But they have so many Turks that are now in Western Europe that they really needed to do this in order to win their election. And what was the point of the election that's coming up? Well, the point of the election was to give Erdogan dictatorial powers. So he goes there to campaign for dictatorial powers. When he gets the campaign rallies, they say, we don't want this. We don't want your people campaigning here. Then he calls them Nazis. Calls them Nazis. Let me remind you that it was the Turks 100 years ago, 1915 to 1916, that did the Armenian genocide that the Turks to this day want to pretend didn't happen. Lemkin coined the term genocide for what had happened there, what the Turks did to the Armenian Christians in that area, trying to wipe them out to a person. Oh, we haven't seen that anywhere else, have we? You see it everywhere. You see this culture, this religion, this government, all three tied together. Everywhere they go, they want to eliminate everyone else. And he has the audacity, when he's campaigning for dictatorial powers, to talk about Nazi-like tactics in the Netherlands and Germany and other places. What people need to understand is that he's sent massive numbers of people that he calls his brothers and sisters voting in Europe. He wants them to answer this fascist oppression that doesn't let him campaign for dictatorial powers in the country. Are those people voting in European elections? Probably are as well.